Southeast Asia's financial hub, Hong Kong, has been gripped by a wave of unrelenting protests over the last 3 months. The chief executive of Hong Kong, Carrie Lam, has refused to offer concessions to protesters, and the pro-democracy dissenters, in turn, are not willing to back down an inch. The last weekend of August and the week beyond that is also set to witness major protests and standoff between the police and protesters. Starting Friday evening, protesters will be carrying out a silent march, which is being termed as Stand in Silence. On Saturday afternoon, the protesters have called for a massive march around 2 p.m., but the police have denied them permission, citing public safety concerns. Saturday will also mark the 5th anniversary of Hong Kong rejecting China's previous conditional offer of universal suffrage. On Sunday, the protests will move to the Hong Kong airport. However, this time there will be a massive security cordon around the arrival terminal hall, with many expecting another round of clashes between the demonstrators and the police. On the 1st of September, the demonstrators have announced a 2-day strike, which also includes a school strike and a gathering at Hong Kong University. While the protesters have spelt out their plans for a mega weekend of protests, China brought in thousands of new troops into its garrison in Hong Kong earlier today, in what is a clear sign of Beijing's growing impatience with the pro-democracy protests. For all the turmoil Hong Kong has seen since the protests erupted in early June, the countdown to a crucial anniversary for China on the 1st of October makes the next 1 month extremely important. On the 1st of October is the 70th anniversary of the People's Republic of China, the name used by Communist Party leaders after they forced Chiang Kai-shek's regime to retreat to Taiwan. Celebrations will feature a military parade through Beijing, personally inspected by President Xi Jinping. Now, that has raised some fears that Xi Jinping will seek to get Hong Kong under control and then to avoid any violence that steals headlines on that day. Our correspondent Patrick Falk, who is reporting from Hong Kong, joins us live with more details. Patrick, talk to us. We are looking at a big anniversary coming up in about a month's time, but at the same time, we have a big anniversary coming up this weekend.
Yeah, that's right, and a lot of the chat has been about the PLA army vehicle sightings, and that's caused a lot of concern in Hong Kong. That isn't necessarily anything out of the ordinary, though. This is part of normal regulation. It is a rotation of the garrison, but nevertheless, because of the sensitivity of the timing, a lot of people are questioning whether this is another warning sign to Hong Kong, and at least one pan-Democrat lawmaker has said that this is another example of Beijing posturing, but it is very clear that Beijing's patience is wearing thin. There is a suggestion that's been made previously that it had set itself a deadline for these protests or this unrest to end by early September. It's very clear now that that isn't going to happen. As we know, there are still lots of protests planned for the next few days, but it is increasingly a concern for China, particularly ahead of this anniversary that's taking place on the 1st of October, and there is a concern, no doubt, in Beijing that the issue of Hong Kong is going to spoil the party.